Hi, I'm Dr. Mark. Ergonomics has been kind of an interesting field. I'm not necessarily an ergonomist, but I got involved in this a number of years back. And one of the reasons was my patients had an underlying problem that really wasn't recognized in the workspace. It was osteoarthritis. And for a number of years, we talked about osteoarthritis and how it's developed in the workplace. And then recently, I mean since the beginning of the year, neuroplasticity cognition has really come into play in the corporate wellness. Ergonomics is falling under the umbrella of wellness. By cognition, what I mean is that the frontal lobe is part of the brain that makes you human. It's where your calculations, your behavior, your emotions lie. And we now know certain postures will fire that frontal lobe to improve your latency and your accuracy. Latency is just speed. And we've tested that in the lab, and we've applied it to workstations. And now we know for a fact that certain postures will inhibit or fire the parasympathetic part of the nervous system. Certain postures are sympathetic or fire that frontal lobe. So you can actually shut down focus and attention, or you can increase it. And that's all well and good, and that was very exciting, and I found that fascinating, and we started to introduce that concept at the beginning of the year, January, February. Recently, and I mean within the last 30 days or so, some new research, there's been some very interesting research by Dr. Jess Goodman about aortic stiffness. And the aorta is the largest vessel in the body. It comes off the heart like in a candy cane shape, and it feeds the body with nutrients, blood, oxygen, etc. Aortic stiffness is directly related to internal age of the body. So if a person's 40, internally they could be 65, or a 65-year-old could be 40 on the inside. And this is real. You can calculate it, it's scientific. And Dr. Goodman's related it to the thoracic spine, thoracic stiffness. So the more mobile we can make a person, especially in the office, aortic stiffness can be reversed. And Dr. Goodman actually did it on himself. He reduced his internal age by 5 or 6 years inside of 6 months. So in ergonomics and wellness, if we take into consideration aortic stiffness, cognition, arthritis, everything is supporting movement. Movement is essential, and there are so many negative things that happen with immobility in the workspace, most of which we'll be covering in our session.